rotation sequence, and it will be building up slowly. So I assume you have not done any warm-up, but if you have, chances are that you will be able to move more freely. So come into a cross-legged position, and I would like you to start by dropping your neck towards your head towards one side and then to the opposite side. So you will be feeling a stretch on the opposite side of your head in the neck, and I would encourage you to keep your shoulders down. Chances are that the temptation will be to lift the opposite shoulder from where you're going. You may be finding the stretch going all the way down to your shoulder as the traps connect the neck with the shoulders. From there, I would like you to drop your head forward and then come to the opposite side, and then continue the semicircles every time, trying to maintain connection between your chin and your chest. Do 2 last ones. And release. Come back into center. From here, I would like you to reach out with one hand and bring the elbow towards the floor, and then come back up. The opposite side, elbow towards the floor. You may find that as you're doing that, you are coming into a spine side flexion, which is very much needed in spine twist, that we will perform later on. Make this your last repetition and release. From there, right wrist on the outside of the left knee, so I will be mirroring you, and the left hand on the side of the body. Inhale, navel in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Try to keep the crown of the head tall. You may want to take a couple of breaths here and release. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push with your right wrist as you're turning backwards. And release. Last one. And release. Second side. Feel free to switch legs. And now left wrist on the outside of the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, turn. Imagine you're leaning back against a wall. Release 1 more time. Navel in, lengthen. And release. And last one. And release. From there, let's go back to the first side. Bend the right knee and bring the left foot in front of the right. The knee is up towards the ceiling. From there, you can hug the leg from the outside and turn, or if you have the space, it might be useful to step the foot forward and you bring the right arm on the outside of the left leg. From there, you may be able to even hold your foot and bring it back in. Always a good idea to find stability from the other hand, in this case the left hand. But whichever of these variations you decide to choose, use your arms as levers to first lengthen your spine and then twist. Release 1 more time. Twist. Last one. Great. And release. Second side. Now it is the right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Remember, you have always the option of hugging your leg from the outside, and from there perform the twist, or place the outside of the left arm and from there inhale, navel in, exhale, keep thinking of growing tall, and even by just doing that you will find the twist. And if you can rotate your spine a little bit more, great. Release 2 more times, navel in, turn, release, last one, and release. Okay, feel free to place your feet in front of you, and from there let the knees drop towards one side and back up and towards the other side. 2 more times on each side. And release. Okay, from there I would like you to come up into a standing position, and with the feet hip distance apart, I would like you to place your hands on the hips. If you feel sensitive in the hip area, or the adductors, you can always have the feet a little bit narrower. The purpose is not so much how wide the feet are, as opposed to what we will be doing from there on with our trunk. So from there, we will fold forward, hold, and place the hands on the floor. A very quick spine articulation. We will straighten the back and then fold forward around the back. 2 more times. You can always have the hands on blocks. Lift and fold. And last one, lift and fold. Now from there, feel free to bend your knees if you need to and come all the way up. We're going to take that a step further and do 2 spine twists here. One will be a progression of the next. So from here, first hands on the pelvis, you fold forward and place the left hand underneath the right shoulder. Push with the hand again can be on a block, and from there you turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Try to keep weight on the inside of the feet and keep thinking of turning your head all the way up towards the ceiling. So if someone was standing behind me, they would be able to see the profile of my face. From there, release to center. Now right hand underneath the left shoulder, equal weight on both feet, weight on the inside of the foot. From here, I use my right hand to push, and this allows me to find an easier spine rotation. I can think of the index finger or the middle finger of my hands creating a straight line, passing through my shoulders. Release, hands on the pelvis, back to center, and come all the way up. This time I'm going to bring my left hand behind my back and try to hook it on the inside of my right thigh. From there I'm going to fold forward, left hand underneath the right hand, underneath the left shoulder, and I'm going to rotate. This time, by using my hand and shoulder as levers, I may be able to find a little bit more of spine twist. Again, the same action. I'm pushing my right hand on the floor. I look back down, release, come all the way up, switch. I'm going to bring my right hand behind my back, try to hook it on the inside of the thigh. If you cannot reach, you can always hold your trousers and fold forward. This time, left hand, and from there, turn towards the ceiling. And release. We will carry on with some lunges. Feel free to set your feet into a lunge with the right foot forward and the left knee back. And initially I would like you to place the right hand on the inside of the right foot and send the left shoulder back. If that feels comfortable, you can always straighten the back knee and bring the back heel on the floor. Keep sending the left shoulder back. If you want, you can also slide the foot and bind. If you decide to bind, you want to be holding the top wrist with the lower hand. If you wish, you can also work towards straightening the lower knee, although this may take the stretch more into the hamstrings. And release. Let's come back to the initial position where both knees are 90 degrees. This time I will ask you to place the left wrist on the outside of the right knee. As you see, I'm using my right hand to push my thigh in. I want to slide my elbow as deep towards the middle of the thigh as possible. arms towards each other and in front of my chest, fingers towards my head, and from there I'm pushing and turning. If that feels accessible, I can always slide my arm further down, so my armpit is on the thigh, and from here I'm turning my chest even more up towards the ceiling. One thing I didn't mention is I want to have my chest not on the thigh but on top of the thigh, and from there I can again straighten my back knee, bring my back heel on the floor and extend my right arm up. And I'm going to release. Doing the same thing on the opposite side. So now it's the left foot. Like I mentioned, I like to set the feet 90 degrees. I find it easier, but if you have the flexibility, you can start from a much wider lance. Left hand on the inside of the left foot and right arm up. I want to think of pressing my knee on my tricep and my tricep on my knee. If all of that feels comfortable, I will first straighten my back leg and then bring my back heel on the floor. And if all of that feels good, I will bend. And if that feels accessible, I will straighten my front leg. And release. Bring the back knee on the floor. And now right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Again, I'm making some space for my opposite shoulder to come through, and I'm using the lock of my hands to send my top shoulder back, which will address the twist. I can also slide my armpit further down my thigh, straighten my back leg, bring my back heel on the floor. Once the back heel comes on the floor, it provides with a lot of stability. And release. That's it for this sequence. These are not obviously the only twists that exist, but I would suggest that you can use this as a foundation. Hold these poses for longer, maybe even go through some of them again now that you know you wanted to spend more time to go even deeper. Twists are fantastic towards releasing the thoracic part of the spine, and as a result, I think it will be very beneficial for anyone that feels that they're too dominant in the front of the body, they are too tight in the front of the body, and they want to open up and set their posture in a more upright position.